way I know that she should not have been looked at and categorized as a savage, because she lived in an alkaline world, and it is alkalinity that brings about tranquility. Mama didn't need a hospital. She lived in an alkaline world. And it is Mama that prepared me for this journey. How? How does she connect the dots? Very simple. Mama didn't have any money. She didn't have any alcohol. She didn't have any prostitution. She didn't have anything that we have today in the civilized world. Mama lived connected to the laws of life. She couldn't make any mistakes because she didn't read any books. I have not read any books. My son is 34 years of age. He didn't see Daddy read any book. Save the books of neurology. And I read those to find that they were loaded with inconsistencies, all of them. Every book that has been written on neurology is a lie. If they were true, you wouldn't be here today. You were here because you heard that Dr.Sebi cured the diseases that hasn't been cured. Of course, I set out to do that. For you. I'm doing it for you, I'm doing it for me. I was a steam engineer, making a lot of money. But I wasn't satisfied because a Mexican had healed me. And I know that healing could be attained, that we could receive healing, that healing was true. But all the herbalists in America was reading these books that came out of Europe, and they were giving you golden seal, and they were giving you peppermint, and they were giving you echinacea, and they were giving you golden seal, and not to mention aloe vera, and noni, and moringa. They give you all that. You know why they did that to you? Why? Because you had both eyes closed, and they had one eye open. For that is taking advantage of an individual. You don't do that. You respect your family. Yes, you do. You respect your family. So the only reason why you may have offered them these poisons, either of ignorance or I just don't care. Well, no, we're not going to do that. The time has come that the elasticity is about to pop. Look at Africa. Africa is loaded with disease. Ebola is not the disease of Africa. The disease of Africa is what? Malnutrition. They're suffering with a deficiency that all of us are suffering with. You understand? Like, let me break it down. Whenever I need to strengthen your bones, I go to a plant known as sea moss. Why? Because the active ingredient is calcium. When I want to nourish the blood, I go to the burdock, I go to the sarsaparilla, or I go to the other one which is known as encino. Because their active ingredient is iron. Whenever you talk about birds, what does birds eat? Seeds and fruits. Please don't tell that to an eagle. He eats meat. He will eat meat. He will eat you. But he's a bird. But if you leave that bird and go to another bird, like the lovebird and the quetzal from Guatemala, they eat seeds and fruits. Everything has a food designed for them. What is our food? Please don't look for it. Because our school teachers Our anthropologists and our historians didn't write about that. So don't even look for it. And if we are not eating the food that is consistent with our cellular predisposition or our DNA, we are crazy. We are out of our mind, and I'm one of them. I'm one of you. You think I wasn't born sick? I was born with asthma. I was born with bronchitis. A baby is born sick. Yes, a baby is born sick. Mama, what did you eat with Daddy before you went to bed that night to make me? Well, one day we eat crabs, the other day we eat lobster, the other day we eat conch, the other day we eat shrimp, the other day we eat hog, the other we eat chicken and cow. And it repeated in the cycle. The sperm that was injected into my mama 81 years ago, that is responsible for me today. You think that it was of the quality of my father in Africa 600 years ago? That it was not impregnated with blood or starch, which is acid? Come on now. You know we're sick. We are sick. But we cannot criticize ourselves. Because nobody is out of it. I'm in it with you. Just as sick as you. And maybe even sicker. But to rectify that disease state is what we have for today. Not to criticize anyone. We have to change it. To rectify it. And to bring back the love that existed long time ago with us. Because we are still in love. But it has been umbrellaed or tempered with what? With rice and beans. Hot moths and chitlins. Yes. And I was telling my son just now how I appreciate him. Because for many years, society used to hate to see me sneak and eat fish. I used to always catch me with him. And he didn't like that. Well, Daddy left that a long time ago. But I still get the urge to want it though. Because that is the degree of the conditioning that we were placed in. So I used cocaine once. I was going to Peru where I bought cocaine for $100 an ounce. I left that really quick, but it took me a long time before I left that rice and beans. Isn't that something? So now, brothers and sisters, Dr.Sebi, your brother, that came to New York, and you supported him. All of you supported Dr.Sebi. And I appreciate that, because when I was arrested because I put the ad in the newspaper that I cured AIDS, sickle cell, lupus, herpes, blindness, cancer, and others. Hey look, I'm like you. I'm representing you, whether I like it or not. And I wasn't going to misrepresent you. Under no circumstances. In 1979, 1978, I met a young man in Los Angeles, Kwekuando, the ethnobotanist. I said, what did you study?